Good morning, children. Do you know, children, what is the meaning of conservation? Conservation means the process of keeping and protecting something from damage. So, the conservation of plants and animals means that plants and animals which occur in the forest should be kept in a way that they remain protected in the natural environment in which they are found. So, today, children, we are going to study 7th chapter of your science book, Conservation of Plants and Animals. So, children, first of all, you should know what is the meaning of biosphere. Biosphere is that part of the earth in which living organisms exist or live. That means that part of the earth which supports life. So it also includes land surface, atmosphere of the earth, water body. So it includes that whole area which supports life, whether it is inside the sea or whether it is on the land surface or atmosphere of the earth. You know, children, living organisms, they are found on land, atmosphere as well as in the water bodies. So one term which will come again and again in this chapter is biodiversity. So you should know what is the meaning of biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to the variety of organism. It may include plant, animals and microorganism found in particular area. So all the life forms which are found in particular area, they form the biodiversity of that place. So if you compare your garden with forest, you will found that forest will have large variety of organism in comparison to your garden, right? So biodiversity of forest is many-fold greater than that of biodiversity of your garden, because in garden, comparatively, in comparison to forest, lesser number of organisms they are found in particular area, right? So biodiversity denotes the richness of species in a particular area, okay, or habitat. So here again another term will come in this chapter, that is ecosystem. So ecosystem include the living organism and their interaction with their physical environment. Means any living organism, we are also living organisms and we cannot live without air, water, right? So our interaction with the non-living environment like air, water, etc., it forms a system which is said to be the ecosystem. Okay, so how can we define ecosystem? An ecosystem is a system which include all the living organisms. All the living organism means we are talking about plants, animals and microorganism of an area and the physical environment. Physical environment includes soil, air and water in which they live. Okay. So, children, you know that the biggest threat to the existence and survival of wild animals, birds and various microorganisms and various other organism or wildlife is deforestation. Okay, so now we will study something about deforestation. So first of all, what do you understand by deforestation? The clearing of forest. Clearing means cutting down of trees. Okay, the clearing of forests by cutting down forest trees over a wide area. If you are covering a very large area, then it is said to be deforestation. If you are cutting only one tree, it is not said to be deforestation. Deforestation include wide area in which clearing of forest is done. Okay. Now, what are the various causes of deforestation? Right? So, deforestation is done for many purposes. So, first we will study that deforestation, the most important cause of deforestation is rapid urban development. Okay. So, due to growing population, we are cutting trees, because for more population we need more area to live. Okay, so this is the most important cause of deforestation, rapid urban development. Okay, so this is one of the cause. Second is agriculture related purposes. As population is growing day by day, so we have to feed that population, uh, we need this food. So, and for food we need agricultural land. So, and from where this agricultural land we will get? After clearing the forest. Okay, so these forest trees, they are cut down to obtain food, okay, for overgrowing population. Now third is fuel requirement. Again, if population is more, the fuel requirement will also be more. So we are cutting down trees to obtain wood, right? And you know, wood is a very important fuel. So many people which are living in the rural areas, they are still using, or the tribal people, they are still using wood as a fuel. So for fuel requirement also we are cutting down trees. Now setting up industries. This is again one of the most important cause of deforestation. You know, India is a developing country, and there is great advancement nowadays in India in the field of technology, right? So for setting down various type of industries, we are cutting down trees. Okay, now for making furniture also we are doing cutting the trees. Okay, so forest trees, they are cut down to obtain wood for making doors, windows and furniture. So some natural causes, they are also there for deforestation, which are not in our hand, which is not all these causes which we studied earlier, they are actually the man-made causes for deforestation. But certain causes of deforestation, they are natural. So what are these natural causes? They are forest fires. What are forest fires? We studied earlier in chapter combustion and flame. And severe droughts, right? Whenever droughts come, automatically these trees, they get dry, and ultimately these trees die. So several droughts and forest fires, they are the two natural causes of deforestation. Okay, so it is very important for your examination that what are the natural causes of deforestation. So answer will be forest fires and droughts, right? So in droughts, lack of water is there, and if tree will not get water, ultimately it will dry, and leading to the death of that particular tree. And ultimately, if for a long period of time vegetations, it is not getting water, then the entire vegetation will get dried up. Okay, now we will study consequences of deforestation. The destruction of forest by excessive cutting down of forest trees can make the forest disappear completely one day. Okay, so if there are suppose your life without forest, if there were no forest, what? No oxygen will be there, no fuel wood you will get, no medicines, nothing. Okay, so it will be very difficult for you to survive without forest, because you know forest brings rain, and forest, the most important thing that forest or trees give, it is oxygen, which is life supporting gas. So in the absence, as this deforestation will increase, ultimately the amount of oxygen will decrease in our atmosphere, right? And we will suffer from various types of respiratory ailments. So one by one we will study the consequences of deforestation. First is increase in the temperature and pollution level. Children, you know that tree decreases the pollution level. Sound pollution, it get decreased by tree manifold. In class 7th you studied about that trees, they are said to be green lungs, right? Because they provide oxygen to the atmosphere and they take carbon dioxide for making their food. So if trees are not there, then the amount of carbon dioxide will increase, which will leads to the global warming. This also we studied in previous lesson. Okay, and tree freshen up your air. Okay, so if trees they are not there, then the pollution level will increase manifold. Okay, now the second is decrease in the groundwater level. Okay, so trees play very important role in maintaining the groundwater level. The roots of the tree bind the soil, right? And this ultimately this trees they are also very important for bringing rain. So if these trees they are not there, then the decrease there will be decrease in the rain, which will lead to the decrease in groundwater level. Okay, and decrease in the groundwater level, it could cause droughts, right? And again, droughts they are very harmful. So decrease in the forest will decrease the rain, and ultimately the groundwater level will also get decrease. Third is decrease in rainfall and fertility of soil. You know children, by the process of transpiration, trees release or plants release water vapor, which goes into the atmosphere. In upper atmosphere, these water vapor again get converted into water droplet by the process of condensation, and ultimately it falls down in the form of rain. But if there were no trees, what will happen? The water vapor will not be formed. Ultimately the amount of rainfall will decrease very much, right? And this again it will lead to drought. Beside this, it also decreases the fertility of the soil. Decrease in trees will decreases the fertility of soil. So you know children that these when the leaves fall down, it forms the organic matter, which is said to be humus. So if trees they were not there, then the humus will not be formed, and ultimately the fertility level of the soil will decrease. Beside this, in the absence of trees, trees the roots of the trees bind the soil, right? And if these trees they were not there, then soil erosion will take place. And what is soil erosion? The removal of the top layer of the soil. You in class 7th you studied about that the A horizon or topsoil is the most fertile layer of the soil. So if trees they were not there, then the soil will not get bind, and ultimately this soil, that is the topsoil, will get damaged due to heavy rain or air, right? So this will lead to the decrease in fertility of soil. It will also increase the natural calamities like floods, drought, etc. Same, trees bind the soil. So if trees they were not there, the binding of soil will not be there, and ultimately flood will cause. Okay, decrease in water holding capacity and water infiltration rate of the soil, right? So again, trees increases the water holding capacity of the soil, because the root of the trees bind the soil. So if these trees they were not there, so root will not be able, means if trees they were not there, then roots will also be not there, and they will not be able to hold water. Ultimately this will lead to soil erosion, and fertility of the soil will get decreased. Okay, now the other properties of the soil like nutrient content, texture also changes because of deforestation. So this is again the nutrient content. As the trees, I told you earlier that the dead and decaying organic matter will form humus. So if trees were not there, then the humus will not be formed, and ultimately the nutrient content will decrease, and the other plants will not be able to grow well. And this change is bring about by the deforestation, which is very harmful for us, right? Besides this, deforestation will lead to a shortage of wood and other forest product. You know children, that forest gives us honey, gum, sealing wax, catechu, etc., right? And it is a habitat of many organisms also. So if trees deforestation will be there, there is a shortage of wood and forest product, right? Now the most important consequence of deforestation is global warming, right? So this will global warming, you all know that rise in the temperature of the earth atmosphere due to increased concentration of greenhouse gases, and most important greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide. So if trees they were not there, then this carbon dioxide is not used up by the green plant for making their food, and ultimately this carbon dioxide will get accumulated in the earth atmosphere. And if this carbon dioxide get accumulated, what will happen? It will not allow heat radiation to go into the atmosphere as well. And what will happen? This heat will entrapped inside the earth atmosphere, leading to the heating or warming of the earth atmosphere, right? And due to which what will happen? The polar ice caps will melt and flood will come. This will lead to the loss of life and property. Now desertification, this is very important, right? Deforestation is also responsible for the change in the soil properties. If the soil properties they will change, then the no vegetation will grow in that soil, and this will lead lesser number of trees. I told you earlier, lesser number of trees, more will be the soil erosion. Ultimately what will happen? The properties of soil will get lost and no vegetation will grow in that particular soil. And if no vegetation is growing there, ultimately what will happen? That soil will lead to a barren, right? That land will become barren land, and ultimately this land will convert it into desert. Such process it is said to be desertification, right? So desertification is a process in which fertile land become desert. Okay, so why this desertification takes place? Due to deforestation. And why due to deforestation, so soil will not be this trees have the soil binding capacity. If trees are not there, then the soil will not get bind, and it can be easily removed by the heavy rainfall or air, right? And this will lead to the soil erosion, and soil erosion is the most important cause of desertification. So the fertile land will get converted into desert. Now conservation of forest, because due to all these consequences of deforestation, it is very much necessary that we must conserve our forest and wildlife. Okay, so we should conserve forest and wildlife to preserve biodiversity. Otherwise, if biodiversity of particular area will get disturbed, the entire ecosystem will get damaged, and ultimately it will lead to the disturbance in the ecological balance. So the ecological balance will get disturbed if we will not preserve the biodiversity. So every organism has its importance. Okay, so in nature, whether it is a smaller organism or microorganism, every organism has its importance. Children, microorganisms, they are very important for us because they act as a decomposer. All the leaves or the plant which die, these plants and other dead bodies, they are converted into simpler form by decomposers. So very much they are of very much importance. So if in an ecosystem any organism is not there, then the entire ecosystem will get disturbed, and this may lead to the disturbance in ecological balance. Okay, so it is very much necessary that we must preserve our biodiversity. Okay, otherwise the animals and plants, they will become endangered, and after some time they will get extinct. Okay, So to preserve our wildlife, right, many steps it has been taken. So many wildlife sanctuaries, national park, biosphere reserves, right, they have been marked where activities like plantation, cultivation, grazing, hunting, poaching, it is very much prohibited. So they are under the control of forest department, in which poaching, etc., hunting, poaching, grazing, right, or cultivating anything, means for cultivation you have to cut trees now. So all these things, they are prohibited in these areas. And why these biosphere reserve, national parks, sanctuaries, they have been made in order to conserve our wildlife. Okay, now here in this in all these national parks, sanctuaries, biosphere reserve, there is total ban on poaching or capturing wild of any wild animal. So if anybody uh, by mistake, or if anybody tries to killing, if anybody tries to kill animals in that area, what will happen? It has to be it is considered that that the person has committed crime. So it is a criminal act of hunting or poaching in a protected area. Okay, so if somebody asked why these natural habitats of wild animals should be preserved, so what will be your answer? These should be preserved so that the ecological balance is maintained and these animals or plant may not get extinct. Okay, now one by one we will study in detail about the national park, biosphere reserves and wildlife sanctuary. So first of all, we will study about the national park. So national park, it is a relatively large area. It is of very much scenic beauty, very beautiful area it is, and it is maintained by the government of India to preserve flora and fauna. Flora